The Buffalo Bills prepare for the 2024 NFL season. The schedule is out. Welcome, to Buffalo Against the World.
This is Buffalo Against the World Sports Talk with Kulu and
Cousin Brad.
Bills Mafia. It's our time.
Act like you know, baby.
Act like you know.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Buffalo Against the World. We missed you guys last week. But back as always with me is my cousin.
What is up? What is up? Thank you, everybody, on this beautiful, beautiful Buffalo day where it's like 85 degrees outside. We appreciate y'all taking the time out of your day to watch Buffalo Against the World, the only podcast where our prize money is paid in installments. And if you're not a fan of the Buffalo Bills, your suggestions on YouTube are going, you sure? This is Buffalo Against the World. I'm Cousin Brad. Cool Lou, how you been?
Man, I'm good, man. Good, man. Good things happening. The schedule is out. We got a lot to talk about today. But before we get into that, as always, why don't you take us around the league, Cuzzo?
We will take you around the league. Let's go around the league. We are going to start off in the good city of Buffalo, New York, where I was born. A couple of transactions happened a little while ago. The Bills signed receiver Marquez Valdez-Scantling, former Kansas City Chiefs. Guy won a Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes. Not known for his catching ability, but hey, maybe Josh Allen can throw it to him so hard he doesn't drop it. So we got him. Welcome to the Mafia, Marquez. We appreciate you giving your time and energy to the Buffalo Bills fans. A couple of other things happened. The Seattle Seahawks unveiled their white helmets over. We don't have a picture of it, but it looks pretty dope. It's pretty much their helmet where all the navy blue is, the white is, and it's really, really cool. So shout out to the Seahawks. And it was just announced on last Tuesday that the Houston Texans will be wearing their super cool Houston relate to the city jerseys against the Buffalo Bills because of course they are. Why wouldn't they? Justin Jefferson was notably was not present. There you go. I'm sorry, y'all. I went to public school. He was not present at the Minnesota Vikings OTAs this morning. Sources said they are structuring a new deal for him, and both sides have not met on an agreement yet, but he was noticeably not there. So that is around the league as of right now. And the schedule did come out. We're going to talk about the schedule in a minute, but anything to add, my co-host?
Yes, Cousin Brad, right here in Buffalo News, man. We got to send a shout out.
Oh, yeah.
To the 2-time champions the 6-time champions,
yeah,
back-to-back Buffalo Bandits. Did
it
it again. They brought it back, the cup back home in style. I mean, an amazing game. I had some friends over. We watched the game. I mean, man, I'm really getting into lacrosse, Cousin Brad. We're going to start talking about that right here on Buffalo Against the World because I mean we got like this is a championship team, 6-time
championship team. We gotta appreciate the banners that we raised, and this team raised 2 back-to-back NLL Cup champions. Man, we got the MVP of the league on our team, and we got the best lacrosse team in the country, probably the world, but shout out to the Buffalo Bandits winning a cup for us again. I went to the pep rally downtown before Micah Hyde's charity softball game, and it was absolutely amazing down there to see all those fans and celebrate this victory for this city, man. I mean, come on, man. This team is doing big things. We got to show more love to the Bandits. And it was a sold-out crowd. I couldn't get a ticket. I wanted a ticket so bad. Couldn't get one. It was sold out at the KeyBank Center. But Bandits, thank you for bringing the trophy back home. We appreciate it.
Yeah, the Bandits, man, they did their thing. And, they're world champions. This is a Buffalo team that's bringing championship after championship.
Yes.
And you know what? Their championship in 1992 and 1993, this is the second time they've gone back-to-back. It was overshadowed, of course, by the Buffalo Bills going to 4 straight Super Bowls.
Right.
But this team gets it done. We got Hall of Famers. We got a Hall of Fame coach who played on that 1992 and 1993 team.
Shout out to Coach Tavares.
They're saying Tavares is the greatest of all time. I mean,
shout out to
right now, it's looking like that.
Hey man, shout out to the GOAT. My man did it as a player, doing it now as a coach. You can't ignore greatness. Shout out to Coach John Tavares and the Buffalo Bandits winning another cup, bringing it back home. We celebrate our championship team no matter what the sport is. If it's chess, if it's lacrosse, if it's checkers, if it's Chinese checkers, we're going to celebrate you on this channel. That's how we roll, baby. We're going to celebrate you from Buffalo,
Shout
baby. We appreciate it.
Shout out to the 6-time champions, the Buffalo Bandits. Let's go, Bandits.
Definitely.
Man, beautiful things happening in the city of Buffalo right now. Cousin Brad, but the schedule is out. The 2024 schedule is out for the Buffalo Bills, who we predominantly cover. Some real exciting things. We got a lot of primetime games again. You know, and it's funny. A lot of analysts were doubting that the Bills would have primetime games due to, you know, some of the moves that we made. You know, removing guys like Micah Hyde, letting Micah Hyde go, letting Jordan Poyer go, you know, trading Stephon Diggs away. And many analysts believe that this team had nothing to offer primetime football, but yet that is not what the schedule says, Cousin Brad. The schedule is out.
Boom. You see it in front of you. And I mean, primetime games, not Buffalo. Come on, man. We got Super 17 on the team. That's all we need right now. And if you're not looking up, we're going to go over the first 5 games. First of all, we are starting off in September, the home opener against the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler, you thought we forgot? You thought we forgot about the Hail Mary that you pulled off the D-Hop a couple years ago? We ain't forgot, bro. We ain't forgot. D-Hop ain't there to save you now. Yeah, you do have Marvin Harrison Jr., but he ain't going to save you this time. We got you at 1 o'clock, opening day. Be there, bro. Don't play video games. Be at the Ralph September 8th. Then Thursday, I will be in attendance to this game in Miami, September 12th, Thursday night game, week 2 in South Buffalo. I'm sorry, Buffalo South, which is South Beach, Miami. All the Bills fans going to be there. To play the Dolphins September 12th. I will be in attendance in enemy territory. I don't care. I'll be there. Then next week 3, we have September 23rd. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we have not forgotten what y'all did to us in London last year. We ain't forgot about that either. So we got to get our get back, and we know what's going on. We know what's going to happen, and that is a Monday night game. Then a game I'm probably this is probably the most anticipated game I'm looking forward to all season. September 29th, another Sunday night football game. Baltimore, September 29th at 8:20 p.m. I am looking forward to that game. And then the Get Back game is what they're calling it. The Get Back game, October 6th in Houston, where they're wearing their real cool jerseys. And we're going to see if Stephon Diggs is worth all the trouble he's caused. So first couple of games, first 5 games, cool. What do you think about the first 5 games? September 8th against the Cardinals, September 12th against the Fins, September 23rd against the Jaguars, September 29th against the Ravens, and October 6th against the Texans. What are your thoughts on the first 5?
Man, look, man, I really like our chances these first 5 games. Arizona, I'm saying that's a dub. They do got some nice young players, but we're going to be a juggernaut on those boys. I don't see them doing anything with us. I like that. I also like that we go right to South Buffalo, aka Miami, aka South Beach, and I think we're going to dominate that game too. You know, they got a lot of sexy players, so to speak, like Odell Beckham Jr. and you know Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. They still got the speed, they still have the receivers, but we just own them. We just own them no matter what we own to us. So I think it's good that we. It's good that we get that game early in the season. We get that game early in the season in Miami where we can take care of some business and get some get back. Because, you know, this was, you remember last year where it was extremely hot up there in September. And we really struggled that game. So this is a game where we want to get out there and dominate early. The Jacksonville game, you mentioned it. I mean, the revenge against from the London game. I mean, what more can we say? We need to take care of business with them because these guys have beaten us 2 straight years in a row.
They have.
So we have to put them back in their place Let's not let these dudes feel themselves too much. They're coming. They're a coming team, up and coming team. But
Yeah.
it's time for Josh Allen to stand up and say, Trevor, no, you're not
Exactly.
on my
The
level.
real Josh Allen, by the way, the real Josh Allen. No one knows the other one.
Yeah.
You know how I can prove that? What's his jersey number? Exactly.
Exactly.
The real Josh Allen. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Now,
Finish.
now, September 29th, I'm expecting to be a really good game against the Baltimore Ravens. Again, here's another primetime game right here, Cousin Brad. We have on our schedule, we're going to talk about them all, but we have five primetime games. And who knows what the schedule can flex some of these other games that are real interesting that can possibly be flexed as primetime games.
Right.
Look, I say, and I say it again, Baltimore is a very good team. It's going to be a real tough challenge for us because, now you're talking Derrick Henry, you're talking tackling. I think we did get bigger on the front end. So hopefully we can take care of business with them. Lamar Jackson did lean out a little bit. Is a lot faster than he was, but I still think the Bills have the edge in this game. But it's primetime football, Cousin Brad. Always something to watch out because the lights is on and teams is coming to play against the Buffalo Bills on prime time. So, and then, of course, the Texans, the revenge game. Josh Allen has a lot to prove. Here's something, Cousin Brad, that we've been talking about the past few weeks, though. Josh Allen does not have the pressure of throwing the ball to Stephon Diggs.
Facts.
And this is something I want every Bills fan to keep the key eye on, okay? Because now he's throwing it to whoever is open. Everyone has been looking for the replacement to Stephon Diggs, right? People are talking Coleman. Some people are talking Samuel. Some people are talking Shakir. We're going to be receiver by committee this year. We're going to be receiver by committee. It's almost like the NBA, where the NBA used to have that 3-star rule. And now you're starting to see the teams who have more complete teams are winning. You might have 1 or 2 stars now, and then the rest are just really good role players. And I think that's the direction that Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott want to go. You got guys like Cade. You got guys like Claypool who can probably flex at tight end and receiver. So this game is going to be really critical for these young players to really show what they're made of. So I'm not particularly focused on the whole Stephon Diggs versus Josh Allen thing.
I am.
I'm focused on getting the dub.
I am. All right, so I'm just going to go right down the list. Arizona obviously want to get back against that Hail Mary that Kyler Murray pulled off a couple years ago. I mean, Dolphins, come on, man. It's Buffalo South. We pretty much own them when it's not 119 degrees outside. This time it's going to be at night, in the stadium, in the dark. We own you. You have no chance against us. Jacksonville, got to get our get back. Got to get our get back. I'm sorry. Trevor Lawrence, you made our team look foolish. We got to get our get back against Jacksonville. Baltimore, that is going to be, quoting Jim Ross from WWE, that is going to be a slobber knocker right there. That is going to be a straight up punch each other in the mouth. Whoever get the best punch going to win. In this Houston game, I mean, we could say all the kind things we want. We could say all the touchy-feely, we're just focusing on it. No, we're not. We want to beat Stephon Diggs to the ground. We want to make sure you messed up leaving this team. You got your young boys. You got C.J. Stroud. You got Nico Collins. You got a good head coach. You got a great defense. We want to take that away from you. We want Keon Coleman to score 3 touchdowns just because. We want whoever wears 14 this year, we want him to score a touchdown just because. We taking this game personal. I don't care what you say. We taking it personal. So, yeah, we don't want you to catch a pass. And if you do catch a pass, go down. I'm just being real. I'm not going to lie. All right. Sorry. Just had to get that out.
I see you had a lot to get off your chest.
That was built up. Okay.
But look, Johnny makes my point right here about the replacement of a great receiver. I think we have something special. We got a core group of guys. We talked about the receivers a few weeks ago. We got a core group of guys that are multi-talented. You have some guys that are speed guys.
Yep.
Some guys who are slot receiver guys. You have some guys who are just big guys who's going to win jump balls. And then you have those guys who can do a little bit of everything. So
Mm-hmm.
I like our chances. Yeah, let's go over the next 5 games here.
And before I say that too, I think this is gonna Josh Allen came in the league. He came in, he was doing great things, he was going to get things. Then Brandon Beane obviously said, we want to make him better. Let's bring in Stephon Diggs. And Josh Allen grew a little more and elevated his game. Now I feel like it's Josh Allen's team now. This is 17's team. Love him or hate him, it's his team now. He got the reins now. It's no more, let's get Josh some weapons. It's Josh and the rest of y'all. Now, you know what I mean? So I think this is where Josh Allen takes a big leap this year and get you're going to put some respect on his name. Anyway, like I said, next couple of games, we're going to take it down to Jersey. Going to take it down to Jersey, and we are going to go to New Jersey to play the New Jersey Jets. Obviously, they're going to want their get back because we pretty much ruined their entire season last year. So we're playing them in prime time on Monday night, October 14th. Then we play the Titans at home, October 20th. Then we actually go to Seattle to play the Seattle Seahawks October 27th. November 3rd, Miami comes here. Might be a little chilly. Might be a little chilly in November. A little chilly than there it is and down here in South Beach. Then we go to Indianapolis, and then we close out November with the Chiefs. They come here again. And as much as I didn't want to say that, they come here again before we hit our bye week. But we'll get to them momentarily. But let's analyze what we got here. We're going to Jersey, October 14th. They're going to want they get back against what we did to them last season. Obviously, they beat us in the first game, but we pretty much embarrassed them and ruined their season, ruined their chances of a playoff year. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on what this game is going to be like?
Yeah, and we know Aaron Rodgers is coming back. I mean, again, this guy, Hall of Fame quarterback, one of the greatest of all time, no doubt. Yep. But I just don't see them. I don't see them posing a threat to us at this point. I think he's old. I think he's washed up, coming off an injury. Who knows if he's even going to get to this game? Injuries are part of the game. Injuries are part of the game, and I don't wish it on nobody. But let's just be honest. It's a serious injury. Serious injury. Lower leg, not good. So if he makes it to this game, I see it being a good game. But again, it's primetime lights. People always play the Bills tough, the Jets especially. But I still think the Bills come away with it prime time. The Titans. No more Derrick Henry. No chance. No chance. Let's move right along there. Seahawks. They do have DK Metcalf. That guy. That second coming to Megatron. I mean,
they got some good receivers over there. They just dubbed themselves the Air Force with DK Metcalf. I cannot pronounce this kid's name correctly. I'm just not going to. The new kid they can't. He's from Ohio State. I'm not going to butcher his name. And then I believe. I can't remember their other receiver's name, but they announced themselves as the Air Force. So should be interesting. Should be an interesting game out there in Seattle.
I don't overlook any team. Seattle is a team that beat a lot of teams. They beat a lot of teams last year, so it's going to be a tough game. So this is a gritty team. They're trying to rebuild that championship team that they once were. Not even close to that team. But they're trying. They do have a real physical running back. So, again, tackling is going to be a factor in this game. So
Geno's no slouch, man.
No,
no slouch no more.
And we know him very, very well. But this is a new version of him, playing on another level. Then we come back, Miami and Buffalo, squish the fish.
On, man. Exactly.
Fry them, play them.
Routine. That's routine. Now, this one, hey, man, Big Tony's coming back, man. Big Tony's coming back, bro. He was out all last year. I don't know, man. We ain't seen Big Tony yet, bro. We ain't seen Big Tony or Michael Pittman Jr. on the same team. I don't know. That might be a tough game. And Indy, in the drum, Big Tony ain't no joke, man. We forgot about him.
I've said this every year. Play every team like you're playing the Chiefs, which you're going to be playing the very week after. So you better go hard. And you're playing both of these games is back to back at home.
No,
right,
We go to
Do we go to the
Indianapolis.
Colts? Okay, yep,
Yeah,
you're right. I'm
go to
sorry.
Indianapolis.
We go to Indy, and then we come back home and play the Chiefs. Well,
Yeah.
we've had the Chiefs number during the season, the past few seasons, right?
Yeah.
It's just when we run into them in the playoffs where we have problems. Look, it's an opportunity for these young players. We're a new team. We're a new team. We've got pretty much the same offensive line, new weapons. Guys got a lot to prove. And guys coming in here, they're quite aware of the history between the Bills and the Chiefs. It's going to be a tough one. Patrick Mahomes wants to stay on top. That Bills Mafia crowd is going to be roaring. I expect, I'm going to tell you this right now, Cousin Brad.
Right.
I don't know why. I don't know why the NFL decided not to make this a primetime game, but I'm expecting this to be a flex game. I'm expecting this one to become a flex game just because it's so much hype, especially how the season. Let's start to see how the season plays out.
That's interesting.
If these two teams are still the top in the AFC by the time they play, watch this game become a primetime game. I think Buffalo pulls away with it.
Now, it's interesting that you say that because that is a possibility. But with the Chiefs this year, they are actually the first team in, I think, 99 years to play a game this season, technically on every day of the week. They have a game every day of the week this year. So that's interesting if they flex one of their games just for that, because they already got a lot of primetime games, obviously being the champions. They play on December 25th. So they have games that are going to be on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this season. So that will be interesting. As you know, you mentioned a flex game. That's a very much possibility. So that's interesting. It's an interesting point there. What up?
Man. Shout
Ishmael?
Shout out to Izzy. Izzy, man, Izzy do a great job on the show, man. Love your show, love your breakdowns. Make sure y'all check out Izzy. I believe your show's on Sunday. Does a great job. Excellent show, man. Keep doing what you're doing, my bro. Built in Buffalo family is in the building. Yeah, look, man, this Chiefs game, we got a couple Chiefs players, man. We got a couple. We got Mike Edwards on the defensive side. He practiced against Patrick Mahomes every week, so there's some things that he may know. Mike Edwards also a two-time champion. He was a champion with Tom Brady with the Buccaneers. He was then also a champion with Patrick Mahomes last season. I mean, guy who has some championship experience going against Patrick Mahomes, he can kind of read what they're doing. And hopefully it serves as a help for us. All right. MVS on the Bill side, on the offensive side. This is another guy who can add some insight to what the Chiefs are doing offensively and possibly defensively. So I think it's really, really good that we signed those players from the Chiefs because they bring that pedigree to Buffalo. What's your thoughts?
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. Any type of extra tip or trade or move or shake or any type of insight you can go against one of the best quarterbacks who ever played this sport is definitely appreciated. And this dude faced up against two GOATs, which is Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, practiced against them, definitely knows the ins and outs of what they're going to do, what tendencies they have, and any type of extra information is greatly appreciated. So you can only help us to get over this virus that Andy Reid has just put on the entire NFL. So I will definitely take it. And MVS, hey man, just do your best. Just do your best. That's all I can ask. That's all I can ask from you, Joe. Just do your best.
That's a bar too, right? MVS, do your best.
Oh, right.
That's a bar. You back to the rap game.
Exactly. Then we take our much needed. Oh, go ahead. I'll let you do it.
Yep, we got to take a much needed bye week, and then we come back for another prime time game. I want to take some time on this. Let's not move forward past this.
Yeah, Boomer Bowl, baby.
San Francisco 49ers.
The Boomer Bowl. If y'all don't know what that is, you need to ask somebody. The Boomer Bowl.
This is a game marked on my calendar right here. Yeah. Obviously, these guys were in the Super Bowl last year. It was expected for Buffalo to play the 49ers in the Super Bowl last year. Look, man, I think it's really going to be a measuring stick game for us. I
Yeah.
think it really is going to show where we are. I mean, this team can run the ball effectively. They have a quarterback who gets the ball right where it needs to be the majority of the time.
Right.
Purdy. So, and then of course you got to deal with McCaffrey, who we wanted. We wanted to get McCaffrey, didn't make it happen, unfortunately.
We did.
But I feel like a lot of the things that they do well, I kind of think that's what Joe Brady wants to kind of style this Buffalo Bill offense. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, going against Kyle Shanahan, going against, obviously Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey, this is going to be pretty much mirrors of each other. This is pretty much going to be a mirror chess match between Kyle Shanahan and Joe Brady, who's going to make the first mistake. I know he said, what about Sean McDermott? Sean McDermott is coaching the defense, but Joe Brady versus Kyle Shanahan, these two know each other very, very well, and this is going to be a mirror image of each other. The only difference between Josh Allen and Brock Purdy is Brock Purdy, he can't run as well as Josh Allen. But as far as team, on paper, this is pretty much a mirror game. Who's going to make the first mistake? It's going to be prime time, Sunday Night Football. Boomer Bowl. The Boomer Bowl is Chris Berman. Berman always used to pick the Bills, Niners going to the Super Bowl every single year for like 10 years. So this is definitely going to be a big matchup here. And I absolutely agree with you 1,000%. This is definitely going to be a measuring stick game. It's right after the bye week. A lot of guys are going to be healed up if they're injured. Coming off the game against the Chiefs, how do you react? How do you recover? It's going to be in Buffalo December 1st. Should be real interesting.
Yeah, this is a game that unfortunately I have the Bills losing. Oof. I have the Bills losing this game. Look, at the end of the day, it's a long season. And you're going to win games, you're going to lose games. And this is one of them that I have picked the Bills to lose this game. What's your thoughts on that?
I have them winning this one. I don't know what it is about the Bills coming off a bye week. Whenever they come off of a bye week, they just come out strong. And last year, we didn't really see it coming off the bye week. I mean, I'm not going to count that one because, we know what happened. We know what happened after the bye week last year. And, we came back after that. We went on to, win mad games. But after the bye week, some stuff happened. You can Google it. But anyway, I don't know. I like the Bills in this one at home in December against a West Coast team coming all the way across the country to play Sunday Night Football. I like the Bills in this one. I got to go with the Bills in this one. I think they're going to take it.
All right. So then we go to the L.A. Rams. I almost said the Chargers. We play the L.A. Is that the Rams? Yes, that's the Rams. Right. The L.A. Rams.
Yeah.
And December 8th. Look, I say Buffalo takes care of business here. The Rams, they still have some very good firepower. Cooper Kupp. They still have guys over there. They still have Stafford.
Still no Sam Darnold, though. No Aaron Darnold.
Aaron Darnold is gone. So that's a sigh of relief right there.
Right? Oh, man.
I see Buffalo taking care of business. But the next game, December 15th, Cousin Brad, I got to put this back up on the screen here.
You're going to put it up there.
That Detroit team.
Buffalo goes to the Midwest to the D to play the Motor City Kitties. And is that going to be a slobber knocker right there? It's at 425, so it's going to get real up and deep. I love this game. I love that team. But Detroit is like our they're like our, I don't want to say little brother. That's what I don't want to say. But we always root for them no matter what. We always root for them. They always show us love when there's a bunch of snow here. They always let us play in their building, and we always love Detroit. But that team and what they accomplished last season, I can't wait for that game. They just gave Jared Goff a bunch of money. That should be an amazing game. I can't wait to go to Motor City and play those kitties on their home turf. Motor City Dan Campbell versus one-arm push-up Sean McDermott. Woo! That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, and also the connection between the Bills and Detroit. That Ralph Wilson could have bought the Detroit Lions. He had the option between the Bills and Detroit, and he had a lot of businesses in Detroit and in the trucking business here in Buffalo, but he chose Buffalo. So we're always going to be connected because of Ralph Wilson, obviously. But I'm gonna say the Bills gonna have another L right here.
Wow, you got us losing?
I'm gonna say the Bills take another L right here, man.
Ah, man. Hey, man, you got to tell you. Hey, I'll see them winning this one. I see us winning this one in overtime. I see this as an overtime game. It's gonna come down to a field goal. It's indoors, so I think we're gonna win this one in overtime. I see us winning that in overtime. Now we could talk about the last 3 games, but I mean it's the Patriots jersey than the Patriots. So yeah. So
should be done. Should be done.
I mean, we could talk about those games, but I mean,
yeah, let's talk about them. You know, the Patriots do have Jacoby Brissett.
No,
I don't think Drake Mays is going to play this year. I think
he might play at that point. At that point, he might play.
He may play, depending on whether their season is over by that point. We may see him. You know, I really don't like the comparison to Josh Allen. Please stop disrespecting Josh Allen.
Yeah, don't do like seriously, bro.
Please.
Are we really doing this, man? Are we really doing this? Do you really want to make that happen? Like, come on, man.
Please stop with the Josh Allen comparison.
Come on, bro.
No, it's
did
not
did we say Josh Allen was going to be the next Peyton Manning when he came in the league? We did not. He had to earn his stripes, and so did this dude. Like, come on, bro. Really? Oh, yeah. Boston people make me sick. Ugh. Sorry. That was built up too. Y'all know you're not going to win. You ain't coming into the rough December 22nd with Gerard Mayo as your coach and think I'm going to actually pull off a victory here? Come on, man. Let's be real.
Not going to happen. I definitely don't see it. I see Buffalo taking both of those games. Again, that last game to be determined. Yeah. Again, the New York Jet game, the 29th of December, it's all going to come down to Aaron Rodgers' health, Cousin Brad.
Yep.
It's going to come down. But I must say this. Aaron Rodgers or not, the Jets defense always plays the Bills tough.
They do. They always give us a run for our money, especially in the late games, especially later on in the season. They always give us a run for our money. I love Sauce Gardner. I love the boys that got on that defensive side of the football. Like, I love Garrett. Bryce Hall has shown himself to be legitimate. Aaron Rodgers, can he make it through a whole season? Like you mentioned earlier, can he make it through the whole season? And if they're running a playoff run, do you play him against Buffalo? Obviously, that's a divisional game. It's going to be late in the season. That could determine some playoff seeding there. So that's going to be really interesting. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. But you actually hit the nail on the head. The Jets always give us a run for our money. But, you know, at the end of the day, the Jets are the Jets. So,
yeah. You know, Aaron Rodgers, like I said, it almost looks like he's following the path of his predecessor. Almost looks like, so
is he going to run some type of scam? Is he going to run some type of scam later on in his retirement?
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
You said footsteps.
I was talking about what happened to Brett Favre. He came to the Jets, went to the graveyard. I mean, literally.
And we know who his last game was against. Huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
We all remember that one.
Yeah.
Arthur Moats. The Arthur Moats hit.
The Favre killer. Yeah. He remembers that hit. That's what you get. He saw what you was doing in Mississippi before it happened. We need to stop this guy now. It was whatever. Sorry. Yeah, we ain't forgot what his last game was. All right, so now we analyze each game, and you kind of threw this out there on, you know, we can go through each one and we can go put it up on the screen, the schedule up there. We'll go each week, win or loss, and we'll go from there. All right, September 8th. Yeah. I see a win. What do you see?
Win. Easy.
Okay, September 12th, enemy territory in Buffalo South. I see a win. What do you see?
Did
we lose you?
I see a lot.
Oh, what? Oh, that's why it took so long to say something. Oh, okay.
Let me explain to the thing.
All right.
I mean, we struggle in that type of heat, and you know how Miami does. They put us in the hottest area. They make sure there's
It's at
absolutely
night.
no. Oh, it's at night. Okay.
Yeah.
It's still hot there. It's still hot there at night.
I
Okay.
mean, it's at night.
I,
All right. Hey, you see a loss, you see a loss. I
I
can't.
still lost. I still lost. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, we come back home and we play the Jacksonville Jaguars. I see a win here. What do you see?
I see a dub.
Okay.
I see we got something to prove. Dub.
All right. Then we got the Sunday night game, September 29th. We go to Baltimore to play them. I see a loss here. What do you see?
I see a dub.
Interesting.
I see a dub.
Okay. I see
I think
a
it's going
loss
to be a
here.
lights out game. I think it's going to be a lights out game. But
I think it's going to be a Slobberknocker, and I think it's going to be who gets the best punch. And I just think the team will be ready for this type of punch. So I see the team losing that one. All right. Next up, we go to Houston to play the Houston Moo-Moos. October 6th in Houston. They're going to be wearing their cool jerseys. I see us pulling off the dub and getting a win in Houston, beating the Moo-Moos. What do you see?
I see the same thing.
Yeah.
Statement game for Josh Allen. Josh Allen been quiet too long.
Yeah. Kind of want him to score. I kind of want him to score and like spike it right in front of Diggs. Low key. I just hope that happens. All right. Then we're going to go to Jersey. We're going to go out to Jersey on Monday night. Football and play the New Jersey Jets. I see us winning that one. What do you see?
I see big dub.
Okay, cool. Then we're going to take it down to Nashville. Tennessee, October 20th to play the Tennessee Titans. I see us winning that one pretty easily. I think that's going to be a statement game right there. What do you see?
Big dub.
Okay. All right, then we're going to take it out northwest to Seattle to play the Air Force. They play the Air Force and the Seattle Seahawks. I actually see us losing this game. We don't play well in Seattle. I see us losing this one.
I am right there with you. I am right there. Physical football team. They're a tad more physical than we are. I definitely see that as an L.
Yeah, the late October Bills, man. We don't do well in late October, so I see us losing this one. Then we come back home and play the Miami Dolphins again, November 3rd. I actually see us winning this one. What do you see?
I see a dub. We're not losing to them. I picked them to lose the first game in Buffalo. I think they're going to take care of business.
All right, I see that. All right, then we travel over to Indianapolis to play Big Tony and the Colts. I see us winning this one. I think Anthony Thomas. He's going to be, is it Richardson Thomas? What is it? Big Tony. I call him Big Tony. But he's going to he's on his redemption tour to reclaim his throne. He was on Rookie of the Year numbers back then. So I see us winning that one now. What do you see?
I see a dub. Easy money.
All right. You know who we play next. We know. You know what? I want us to lose. I want us to lose in the regular season so we can beat them in the playoffs. So I want us to lose that game. Yep, loss.
Nah, I'm seeing us winning again. We play this team tough. I see we try to get their number. I think Buffalo pulls it out in Buffalo. We're a different team. We're a different team than the team that they played last year.
Yeah,
and we're a lot more bigger, physical. We got speed now. No more divas on this roster. At the end of the day, no more old men on this team. We're going young, and we're doing it our way. So I say Buffalo gets the dub on this one.
Okay. All right. Then we have our much-needed bye week that we're going to probably need in the middle of the season. Then we come back Sunday Night Football to have the Boomer Bowl against the San Francisco 49ers. I see us winning this one in overtime. I see this as an overtime game here at the Ralph. What do you see?
I see this as a loss. Another physical football team coming off the bye week, coming off that high, beating the Kansas City Chiefs. I see Buffalo playing a little bit down than they normally do. So I'm going to say this is an L.
Okay. All right. Then we go over to the West Coast, play the LA Rams. I actually see us losing this game, surprisingly. I think this is one of those ones where it's like, to them? I actually see us underestimating them. Sean McVay going to have them playing hard. I see us losing this one in the West Coast.
Nope. Big dub. We coming back after we take that L to San Francisco, and we're probably going to blow LA out.
Okay. All right, but I see us learning from that loss and going into Detroit to play the Motor City Kitties December 15th. I actually see us winning this game in overtime. So what do you see? You said a loss. You want to
I'd say
explain?
this one is a loss. I mean, this is a tough, well coached, resilient football team. And Dan Campbell proved it last year when he played the Cowboys. If he has an opportunity to beat you when it's 4th and 1 on the goal line, he's going for it. He's not kicking a field goal. He's going for it. Especially if you know you can go down the field in 15, 20 seconds and tie it up.
True.
He's gonna try to score a touchdown on you. I just see, I just see them just out of another mindset right now. And I think they're a little bit more edgy than us. What we're trying to be this year with all the pieces around Josh Allen is kind of what they were last year around Jared Goff. So I think they have that offensively already. So I think we take the L on that one.
Okay. All right. Then we go December 22nd. We played New England. I see them beating the crap out of them. What do you think?
Same thing. Big job.
Okay. All right. Then we play December 29th against New Jersey. They come here. I see us beating the crap out of them again. What do you think?
Big dub.
All right. And then we finish the Patriots off. Honestly, depending on how the season goes, I don't see us playing our starters in the to be determined game. I don't see us playing our starters. So we might take an L that week. We go to Boston.
The way this well, we'll talk about what our wins and losses were. But I'm thinking Buffalo still will be playing. So I'm thinking this is a big dub again. Drake Mays probably will be playing this game, and we're going to get destroyed. So,
all right, love it. Okay, love the energy. With that, playoffs. Playoff contention. Wild card probably hosting the game. We never know. I see us having a good season. I mean, I think the schedule people have been very nice to us, and should be a real interesting season, pending no injuries. And I like what I saw from Mac Hollis. I went to the charity baseball game, softball game that Micah Hyde throws every year. Man came out barefooted and went yard to put the offense back up to get the offense's first win in 3 years. So I like Mac Hollis. Like what he did. Love the hair. Shout out to you, brother. I was there. Saw the home run. You went yard to put the offense back on the board. Shout out to you. Bring it to the field.
So I believe with the losses that I had, Cousin Brad, I believe I have 5 losses. 12 wins, 5 losses. What was yours? Did you count yours?
I had them going 13-4.
13-4. Okay, cool. Well, I still think it's going to be tough. The AFC is getting a lot more tougher this year. A lot of teams are going to be competing. And then, even the guys like the Chargers with Harbaugh, you got to watch out for these type of teams. The Jaguars, they're on the rise. You got to watch out. You mentioned the Colts. The Bengals are now back. Their quarterback is coming back. It's going to be something to watch.
You don't play them. That's surprising.
We don't, but we still will be competing with them for playoff spots. So
true. It's
something to watch. Joe Burrow, see how well he comes back as well. Another guy who went down with a serious injury. But I think the AFC is going to be really competitive. Yeah. And I'm still a firm believer that the AFC is the stronger conference.
It is. We are.
So that is what that is.
Yeah.
All right. So make sure at this time that you go to the Built-in Buffalo platform and make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you do that on YouTube. Do it right now. All right, Cousin Brad, we gonna reintroduce our segment that you created and brought to the table, our Bills Mafia trivia.
The party starts in 3, 2, 1.
All right, Bills Mafia. So here's your opportunity to answer. Let's see how well you know your Buffalo Bills teams. And there
Mhm.
is one rule. There is one rule. Do not use Google. No
Not fair.
Google.
No
No
Bing.
Google.
No Ash Jeeves.
No Google.
None of that. Don't like. Come on, bro. Come on. Like that's not even
All
fair.
right.
Come on. None of that. None of no
Let's
search
see
engine.
how
Come
well
on,
you
y'all.
know your team. And let's see even some teams that were in a drought year and in the early 2000s. Actually, this wasn't a drought year team.
Mhm.
But let's go to the trivia question.
In
Brad,
the
read
year
that
two,
for us.
there we go. Bills Mafia trivia. In the year 2000, the new millennium Bills. Who led the Buffalo Bills in sacks and how many did they have? Let's see what your thoughts are in the comments. And again, no Googling, no Ask Jeeves, no binging, none of that stuff. Just try to answer the question the best of your abilities. But the question is again, in the year 2000, the new millennium Bills, who led the Buffalo Bills in sacks and how many did they have? Questions, comments, concerns. The answer should be in the comments. And we didn't even do the Bills roll calls. We could just do that now while while y'all tallying up them answers. But where you at, Bills Mafia?
Where you at? You can answer where you at, and you can also answer the question as well.
Make it all one thing.
I mean, think about that team. I mean, I'm gonna just say, I believe Bruce Smith was gone by that time.
He was. He was with Washington.
I think he played for us in '99.
Good guess, Ishmael. Good guess.
Izzy has 8 with Aaron Schobel. All right.
Good
Izzy
guess.
got his in.
Yo, shout out to Aaron Schobel. Wow, we forget about that dude.
Yeah, man.
One of the drought gods, man. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to you, Sandra. Welcome from Buffalo, New York. We appreciate it. Appreciate you watching us. We definitely appreciate it. Much appreciated. But Aaron Schobel,
we had Ted Williams and Pat
Washington and Pat Williams.
Right.
There was some big boys. Both of them boys was big. That's when we played that old school 3-4 defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at Ted Cottrell. We didn't forget about him with the sunglasses on, no matter what it was. He had sunglasses on.
Sam Coward, downhill hitter.
Yeah, Damian Covington, Thomas Smith, Henry Jones. We ain't forgot about y'all. But who led the team in sacks that year? Izzy said Aaron Schobel, which was a great guess. But who led the team in sacks and how many sacks did they have?
We got any more? Not Bruce Smith, y'all. It was not
Bruce Smith. It was not Bruce Smith. As much as we would love it to be, it wasn't Bruce. He was with Washington, just finishing his career because they just said, no, we're not going to sign him because reasons, which didn't make any sense.
All right, Cousin Brad. I got the answer.
All right, you got the answer. This man actually came to my school, and he was very nice. So you want to go ahead and tell him the answer? You want me to do it?
The answer, the Bills Mafia trivia answer today is Marcellus Wiley.
Columbia's own.
Mm-hmm.
How many did he have?
He had 10 sacks that year.
10.5.
10.5. My bad.
10.5. But yeah, Compton's own, Columbia's own Marcellus Wiley. That man was a straight up monster before they traded him to San Diego. But he did lead the Bills in sacks with 10.5. Ivy League player, straight out of Compton. Shout out to you, Marcellus Wiley. He did come to my school when I was in elementary school. He was very, very nice. I thought I was just like, wow, he's freaking awesome.
Yeah, everybody, and Izzy just said it, that's what got him paid in San Diego. Look, here's the thing, too. Here's the thing about him. Everybody was trying to say he was the heir apparent to Bruce Smith.
Which made sense.
No.
It did.
Measurable-wise, maybe. No. There is no heir apparent to Bruce Smith, bro.
I mean,
who can bend the corner like Bruce Smith, bro?
Nobody.
At that time.
Nobody. But let's be real. 10.5 sacks is no fluke in the 3-4 defense. That's no fluke. He couldn't translate it over in San Diego. Now he was good in San Diego. He wasn't bad, but I mean, we had his best years. We had his best years here, and he did amazing thing on Fox Sports 1, and he has an amazing podcast. Marcellus, if you watching, man, shout out to you. You don't remember me, but I remember you. You came to my school. I asked you a dope question, and you answered it. So shout out to you. He don't remember me. He don't remember who I am.
Cousin Brad, we talked a lot about some of these rookie draft picks, but today I really want to focus on the safety position. Micah Hyde made a comment, and the comment that he made is that, hey, he does not want to play anywhere else. He does not want to play anywhere else. The Buffalo Bills don't sign him. He will retire. Now, look, currently on our roster, we have four safeties. All right.
Yeah.
You mentioned Mike Edwards. We have Damar Hamlin. We have Taylor Rapp, and then we just signed Dee Delaney from the Buccaneers. I mean, look,
and the rookie.
At this point, would you sign Micah Hyde, knowing the serious neck injury that he had last year? And possibly one more hit can end this guy's career, can end his life. I mean, it can be worse. He can be paralyzed. I mean, it can be so many things that can happen. I mean, this is a team that has let a guy like Damar Hamlin, who's still on this roster, back on this team just to contribute to special teams. Do you see the Bills leaving a roster spot open for Micah Hyde's return?
No, I don't. I don't see them making. I mean, as much as I would love to see him one more year and get a Super Bowl ring if we make it to the Super Bowl, as much as I would love to see that happen, I'm gonna be honest, Micah. You better off as maybe a coach or an intern coach or something like that. But I cannot have you on the field. No. I am not taking away anything you did as a member of the SWAT team. We appreciate everything you've done for this community, for this city, and obviously your place on the field. But no, I will not put you back in pads and put you back on the field on that defense. Not at all. I'm sorry. No.
I mean, obviously, I would love to do that. I would love to. I don't know what his rehab has been like. I haven't really watched too much of Micah Hyde. Watch his social media to see if he's training or anything of that nature, to see if he's healthy. I mean, last year was really a struggle for him. Last year, I would have been more ready to bring Jordan Poyer back than Micah Hyde, because at least Jordan Poyer played the whole season.
And now Jordan Poyer's with the Ops.
Now he's with the Ops. So at the end of the day, I think it's just time to close the door on that. Again, mid-season, injuries are part of this game, Cousin Brad. And if I'm Brandon Beane, Sean McDermott, I'm saying, hey, be ready for anything. You can get that call. And if it is an emergency situation where you got some severe injuries at safety, I mean, why not? Why not?
Now, Scott, as you see on the screen here, does bring up an interesting point. Maybe he'll be like AJ Hawk and he'll be on speed dial in case of injury. I have to be honest with you. I wouldn't call him if I had an injury. I'm sorry. I would not call you if I had an injury. I will sign another player to bring him on this team. I would not call you if we have injuries, bro. Even if we brought you in for a game or, just to bring you on for injuries, it's too much of a risk, bro. It's too much of a risk. We love and we appreciate everything you did from the SWAT team, but bringing you back on, no. I'm not bringing you back on. I'm sorry, Micah. No.
Yeah, it's time to turn the page. At the end of the day, we appreciate you. Would love to have you a part of the coaching staff. Maybe he
absolutely
could be a coach
1,000%. 1,000%.
But as a player, no. Micah Hyde really helped last year as a mentor on the sideline. He really did. He helped more as a mentor on the sideline than he did as a player. And, one thing I could say about him, he's a team guy. He was still there at every game despite not being healthy. There's a lot of guys who watch the games from their home. He was on the sideline. So I like that about him, but I think you need to accept that that's going to be your role going forward.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. He never Ben Simmons the game and sat in the audience or sat in the press box or anything like that. He was on the sidelines pointing things out to Taylor Rapp, DeMar Hamlin, and so on and so forth. He was definitely on the sidelines making sure them guys were ready to go. He was actually in practice in equipment at some point. So just putting you in a starting role, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But to have as a coach, excuse me, to have as a coach, most definitely. Spots open. You just call. You can make the phone call to have as a coach. Definitely put you on the field as secondary coach. Definitely.
You know, I'm going to say this too. We have to really evaluate DeMar Hamlin this year.
I don't see him with
it.
us. I'm sorry. I don't see him with us.
We have to at this point. You know, we appreciate everything, the resilience of DeMar Hamlin coming back. But at the end of the day, this is a football team. This is not about, things that happened 2 years ago. I mean, it was life-changing. It's changed the game. Remarkable man, honorable man. But at the end of the day, it's a roster spot. And if you're not going to get on the field, Sean McDermott doesn't trust you in the back of his defense. There's no reason you should be on this team, especially if you can't be special teams and that. He did very well on special teams last year, I must say. Yeah. But I think it may be time to turn the page on that training camp. We'll see where he really is. Mm-hmm. Did see some Instagram video of him training, but let's he needs to go out there and prove it. Go out there and prove it, and no longer living off that hype of the things that happened to him. And you need to go out there and prove that you deserve to be out there on the field with your teammates. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't see him with Buffalo next year. Again, you hit the nail on the head. Very nice guy, very good ambassador for the league. You know, definitely caught, what happened to him 2 years ago cannot go without saying. You know, he definitely opened a lot of eyes, opened a lot of ears, and opened a lot of people's wallets to donate to his charity. And, he definitely, heartwarming story. Came back after being, out for all that time, came back on the field. And just to be honest, just you making it back on the field is that you already won. You already won. The victory is made already, man. The victory is made already. You have nothing else to prove. You coming back for what you did just to make it on the field again, you already won. So quit while you're ahead. You got a charity basketball game coming up in Pittsburgh. We'll definitely send support to you. But as far as being on the field, as far as being on the roster, I don't see that happening this year. I'm sorry.
And as he mentioned before, he said his dream would be he wanted to retire Pittsburgh Steeler. I mean, and if Brandon Beane can make that happen, as Sandra just mentioned, if Brandon Beane can make that happen, his dream come true, and if we're not going to have a place for him on this roster, this is going to be a tough team to make.
Yeah.
Wide receiver,
absolutely.
Safety are going to be the toughest positions to compete for this year on this team.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you have to have the best of the best because you're going to be playing the Kansas City Chiefs. You're going to be playing the Baltimore Ravens. You're going to be playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. These are teams that can stretch the field. Exactly. You need guys that can match up. You don't just need guys that can just play special teams. You need guys that you can mix it up with if you need to. So, look, I think this year, DeMar's really going to have to prove it in training camp to stay on the Buffalo Bills roster. So, if not, I think Buffalo trades him somewhere else, maybe Pittsburgh. Hopefully, that's his number one place he wants to go. But that's another guy that I have in question that is still on this Buffalo Bills roster.
And don't get it twisted, DeMar. If you're watching this, if you ever see this clip, don't get it twisted. We are not taking away anything you've done on the Bills field, bro. We appreciate everything you've done as a Buffalo Bill. We love you, man. We love you, man. We definitely love you. It's just, hey, man, we got to make the playoffs. We're trying to win the Super Bowl, bro.
Yep.
You already won by coming back. You already won. You have nothing else to prove, my dude. You proved you can come back on the level. You have nothing else to prove. We appreciate it.
That's an absolute fact, man. DeMar Hamlin, resilient man, coming back and playing with the Buffalo Bills despite such a serious injury. Much love to you, but this year, like we said, you're going to have to prove that you deserve to be on this roster because the competition at safety coming in this year, this team, Cole Bishop, Mike Edwards, a lot of guys, Tyler Rapp. Yeah. I mean, just signed Delaney. Look, man, gonna have to compete. So, and this is what I really love about the season. The story of this season, Cousin Brad, is no one's gonna feel privileged. No one's privileged. Josh Allen, even though he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in this league, he has a lot to prove. He has a lot to prove because analysts were saying he can't do it without Stephon Diggs. So he's going to come out there hungry. He's going to be ready. He's going to be prepared. You've got all of these receivers: Shakir, Samuel, Coleman, Hollins, Claypool, Shorter, MVS, Shavers. I mean, Andy Isabella. All of these guys are going to be competing for a roster spot. And it's going to come down to, Cousin Brad, if they can catch the ball well, obviously, run good routes, but it's also going to come down to who can play special teams, who can do kickoff returns, who can do punt returns. These are things that are going to be crucial to those 3, 4, 5, 6, possibly 7 receiver on this team, whether they don't make the team or not.
Absolutely, 1,000%. And speaking of receivers, before we close the show, I do want to give a shout out to our newest receiver on our team, Mr. Keon Coleman. I want to give him a shout out because a young fan, the stories are coming out actually on ESPN and CBS. A young fan actually reached out to him via letter, drew him a picture, and made him one of those beaded friendship bracelets that said "Go Bills" on him. Going on them, and he actually wore those in his rookie photograph. He actually has a picture with him with it on. So shout out to Keon Coleman for that, because that's dope, man. That's real dope. And the young fan drew him a picture with his number 0 on the back, wrote him a letter in handwriting. It was real dope. So shout out to the fan, and shout out to Keon Coleman for rocking that in his rookie debut photo. So shout out to Keon Coleman for that. That's dope.
Really love to see him and Andre Reed bonding as well. Special moment. Keon Coleman is quickly becoming a fan favorite here in Buffalo.
A league favorite.
Everybody, a league favorite. I mean, this guy is talking the league right now. Hasn't played it down yet, but he is the talk of the league. So very excited for training camp coming up real soon. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the Built-In Buffalo platform that brings you Buffalo Against the World and so many other great podcasts. We got the Red Zone Report. We got Izzy. We got the Founders Pod. We got so many guys on
Going Deep.
The Going Deep show. I mean, look, man, we're doing it big in 2024. So make sure you like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you do it right now. Kulu and Cousin Brad, we'll be here next week, Monday. And we are out. One love.
Put 2 fingers at him.
Peace.